shot near the lane, but he had one shot at the rim. One attempt at the rim. In fact, one attempt in the paint.
Yep.
And he shoots half of his shots are threes. That's just for this year. He took 20 shots a game. 10 of them were from three. But the last 3 games, more than half of his shots have been threes. The last 4, at least half of them have been threes. And with his dynamic athletic ability, I still want him to attack and try to draw fouls, get into the paint, draw some fouls, get them in foul trouble, and, open things up for your other shooters.
And put the pressure on the refs.
Yeah, exactly.
When the refs
same thing what you're seeing on the other end.
Get into the line, they would feel an onus. Like, what was odd to me, I thought game 1 against the Warriors was just the odd, they're a little rusty. They had 5 days. I thought the Warriors were going to be tired after the 7-game series, and Minnesota was going to be rested. But this wasn't a rust game because they played their best quarter in the first quarter. They're up 4 at halftime.
And he was hot early.
Ant had 13 in the first half. What's really disappointing about this Ant performance is 5 in the third quarter, 0 in the fourth. And you can say, well, it was a blowout. Not immediately. They were down 10 going into the fourth quarter. Like, that is... It's an uphill battle, but if he comes with a flurry, the reason it got out of hand was because he scored nothing and the team did nothing in the fourth.
Can I stop you really?
Yeah.
This is going to sound weird, so let me see if you can.
Did it feel like a 10-point only?
Yeah, it was 10, but I was like, this game feels over.
Agreed.
And do you think Ant felt that?
But it felt over in part because they didn't have enough resistance late in the third when the Thunder were taking control.
There was nothing to tell you that they're going to make a flurry.
Correct. Yes.
But it was there.
It was there. Dante didn't play well, but he hit 2 threes when it looked like, not in a row, but at 2 different times it looked like the Thunder were going to blow him out. It's like, he cut it to 8. He got it down to 10. The reality is everyone other than Julius Randle on the Minnesota Timberwolves played poorly. Every other player. You had Jaden McDaniels got in the foul trouble. He had 5 early points, finished with 7. Gobert got those 2 early fouls. Might as well have gotten 6 early fouls because he did nothing the rest of the night. We did Ant. Conley hit 1 big shot. That was it. And then what killed him is if Naz Reid, who went 1 for 11.
0 for 7 from
Right. Naz Reid, Dante, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker combine to go 7 for 36, you're just going to lose. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so the Thunder are better. It's why, I picked them. But everyone on Minnesota is going to watch this game tape other than Julius Randle and be like, that was one of my worst games of the playoffs. Now, that's part of that
threes that they missed.
Yeah, and part of it's the Thunder defense, which they deserve credit for.
Right, but Ant looked a bit confused.
Yes.
He did. And he's admitted at times, I didn't know what to do, but I think he'll get it in the next
Just
one.
like Michael Jordan.
Well, they need to similarities in style a little.
The storyline's being aggressively pushed on. Head to the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 tonight in the Garden. Knicks are favored by almost 5 tonight and favored in the series. Here's how the last 10 meetings have gone. Nice and even. 5 wins apiece. Points exactly this, almost exactly. 115.2 to 115.1.
That's pretty much exact.
Well, I'm trying to keep on the podcast. Both teams shooting around 50% and around 38% from 3. So, Brew, you have made an official pick here? Yes, you have.
Right? I have not yet.
You have not. I am sorry. You have not made an official pick. You live in the tri-state area. You, of course,
longer than
covered the Knicks,
any other place.
Wrote for the New York Times. You were in the press box, but you were also from Indianapolis, including Cincinnati and New Orleans, several places, but also
Iowa. Don't forget Iowa.
And Iowa, of course.
Syracuse
as well. They don't have a team anymore. So who do you have in this series?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one for a lot of reasons. As you said, geographic ties to both places. So really, I can't lose.
No.
Geographic ties to both teams. The teams are, as the graphic showed, incredibly, this is a pick'em series, really. But because the Knicks have the home court, the Knicks have momentum just from coming off beating the defending champs that no one thought they could beat, probably except the 12 players, 15 players on the team and their coaching staff.
Knicks have the best player?
Knicks do have the best player. I agree with your king of the hill yesterday. They got the best player, Jalen Brunson, and 2 of the 3 best players in Jalen and Cat. And honestly, I think the fact that the Pacers won last year in 7, it's hard. These teams are so evenly matched. I know there's differences this year, but it's hard to see, oh, they're going to win it again. If you go back to the 90s when this was a knockdown, drag-out rivalry, it was every other year. They alternated. Knicks won, Pacers won, Knicks won, Pacers won. And so with that said, I got one word.
Oh.
Naptown! Naptown! I gotta go with the home squad. I mean, I live here, but I was a kid, obviously, in Naptown. This is my favorite place to live as a kid, and I lived in a lot of places.
Great hair, great barber.
Well, like I said, best afro in America in the 70s.
Certainly in Indiana. Certainly the best afro in Indiana.
The Jackson 5 from Indiana, so they got a lot of afros there. But look. This is a close series. And again, I think there's every reason to pick the Knicks because of the home court. But what I like about Indiana, I think they're just as gritty as the Knicks. Like the Knicks I talked last week about, it's got to be exasperating playing them because they're just going to keep coming. Yeah. And so is Indiana. And Cleveland found that out. Yep. I think, Nick, their tempo, they want to play fast. You said it yesterday. And over 7 games, could that wear down the Knicks who are going to go 7 deep max? And they're going to be picking them up full court a lot of the time. And that can wear you down as well. And then here's the thing, because the Knicks defense, that was looked at as their Achilles heel in the regular season. Now, the offense is great. The defense, the playoffs has been good. Yep. But they played Detroit and Boston, obviously good offensive teams, but those teams are ISO teams. They were in the playoffs, they've been bottom of the league in passes. Yeah. Guess who's first? Indiana. Indiana has passed like 100 more passes a game than those two teams, Boston and Detroit. So what that does when you're ISO, that allows a team to sit defensively and be better off. They're going to have to deal with player movement, ball movement, all of that. And that's going to make it tougher on the Knicks defensively. Wow. So I think Indiana's going to pull this out. I had to go with the home. Do
you have a prediction?
Yeah. 6. It's going 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
It's going 6 or 7.
Going into the playoffs, the thing that I was most confident about was that Boston was going to win the East.
Me too.
Right? Yeah, we know. And again, the cloud, understandably, of Tatum's injury reframed how we talked about and kind of how we even remember, even though it just happened that series. I think what the Knicks did to Boston, those first 4 games of that series, and then the annihilation in Game 6, is the most impressive thing anyone's done this postseason. And I think the Knicks are going to beat the Pacers. I feel like Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson's contributions through the playoffs to where they really do now have 7 guys that Tibbs trusts. Right. 6 is not enough. Ask Denver. Well, Denver was down to basically 3. But, I think 7 is enough. And I also think that last year the Knicks could have beaten the Pacers. In that Game 7, Mikal Bridges isn't on the team. Cat's not on the team. The guy they traded for and Julius Randle was injured. OG played a couple minutes. I mean, go look at that game. You got 40-some minutes from Deuce. Right. You got huge minutes from Dante. Dante's obviously gone. Jalen got hurt. So I think the Knicks are better. I think the Knicks win.
Do you think this is a must-win? If the Knicks want to win this series, do you think they have to win Game 1?
I think it would be a bad start. But there, again, they've bounced back so many times. Yeah. I don't think with either team it'll feel that way. Like we always do.
Yeah.
But
they've been really good on the road.
They've been better on the road.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a must-win.
So have the Pacers been. It's weird. Home court advantage.
Not what it once was. That's for sure.
Joe Burrow complaining about the schedule.
That's
specifically going to Baltimore. That's next on FS1, the Fox Sports Channel, Sirius XM.
Can we stay just a little bit longer?
Don't worry, we'll be back. I can't believe